We'll start with a prayer. Gently close your eyes. Sahanau Bunattu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavaditamastu Mavid Vishavahai. Oh. Gently open your eyes. Today's topic is self-help tools. It is, you find in the self-help tools are even more important to deal with yourself, to deal with the relationships you have, to deal with the world, and deal with the divine element in us. So we'll start with what is self-help, what are tools, what does self-help tools signify, finally how does these self-help tools lead to success in an individual's life. So self-help literally means you use a process, a system, or a method of improving yourself. You are following a process whereby you are improving yourself without the dependence on external factors. Now, the improvement you bring about is through your own effort. Self development books, scriptures, and life experiences. So these are the tools. Self-help is the effort, is the you're using these tools to bring about a change in your life. Creature seems to need it because all other creatures are happy, peaceful. I say peaceful. They have a set design of life, meaning a tiger will remain ferocious. It is not going to change. A cow will remain meek and mild. It is not going, or they can move up to the state of perfection. So, self-help tools are important. And the more you have such tools, the better it is for us. So that's why, So self-help tools are absolutely necessary, absolute self-sufficiency. You need these self-help tools. The last self-help tool you use is meditation. The last self-help tool is meditation. So it's an interesting process. And the more you are aligned, better is your alignment to peace and happiness, the better is your self-enrichment. So why we need these tools? It is only a human being needs these tools. No other creature needs. Why we need push you to grow to a better level of existence. I repeat, some people go through difficult things, challenging times. It can happen to you because these difficult times, challenging times, can push you into becoming a better version of yourself. Now, primary cause of unhappiness is never the situation you are facing. It is your thoughts about the challenges you are going through. Friends, we are not hurt so much by what happens in our life, but we are hurt much more. I repeat, is never the situation. I mean, it's not predominantly the situation, but your thoughts about it. We are not hurt so much by what happens in our life, but we are hurt much more by our own opinion of what has happened and the judgment of others' judgment of what happened in our life. Yeah, a person met with a fatal accident. His brand new S-Class Mercedes car was smashed, and it was had to be taken to the scrap yard, and but he seemed to have got the insurance, but it had to be taken to the scrapyard because it was completely destroyed in the accident. But that individual threw a huge party after that, after the accident. He threw a huge party, and some of his friends were concerned or, in fact, worried. What happened, man? You met with a fatal accident and you're throwing such a huge party. He said, it was a fatal accident. It was a very difficult experience, but I survived. I'm alive now. It is never the situation, friends. It is your perspective about it. It is you're hurt much more by your own opinion and others' judgment around it. So he met with an accident, but he invited a large gathering for a fabulous party. Your perspective. We are hurt much more by our perspective. Therefore, you need self-help tools. Number three, failure is a part of success. Failure is not divorced from success. It's not an opposite of success. Failure is a part of success. There are innumerable opportunities hidden in every failure. I repeat, there are innumerable opportunities hidden in every failure. There are secret possibilities in every setback. I repeat, there are innumerable opportunities in every failure, and there are secret possibilities in every setback. So, for you to bounce back, you need self help tools. And the fourth one, no one is defeated until defeat is accepted as reality. No one is defeated until defeat is accepted as reality. So you don't need to accept defeat as reality. Then, friends, an average mind can think of a brilliant idea, but it takes a brilliant intellect to execute a great idea. I repeat, an average mind can think of a great idea, but it requires a maverick intellect to execute that brilliant idea. To execute that brilliant idea, your maverick intellect needs self help tools. And finally, why we need these tools. Friends, if you can live your life, or if you can live a few years of your life with these self help tools, if you can live your life with these self help tools like nobody will, so that you can live the rest of your life like nobody can. That's what I talk about in my life in the 5 years at the Vedanta Academy. And nobody, you should live a few years of your life like nobody will. 4 a.m. to 9 p.m., 7 days a week, 365 days a year. No weekends, no vacations, disciplined, culture, refined, consistent alignment to self help, self enrichment studies. It's a life as such. In a few years of your life, like nobody will, so that you can live the rest of your life like nobody can. That's why we need self help tools. What is a Google map? It's a self help tool. What is Siri or what is Alexa? A self help tool. What is Google? A self help tool. So, an average mind can think of a brilliant idea, but a maverick intellect is needed to execute a brilliant idea. Self help tools are needed. And that's why I said you need to have it. The first is secondary tools for self help. Secondary tools. There are two aspects, the primary tools and the secondary tools. The secondary tools are that which adds to your primary tools. So secondary tools, if it's there, it's fine. But the primary tools are most essential. So let me start with the primary tools, which is fabulous. What are the primary tools required for self-help? A great thinker by name Viktor Frankl makes a beautiful statement. He said, between stimulus and response, there is a space. Between stimulus and response, there is a space. And in that space lies our power to choose our response. And in our response lies our growth and freedom. What a fabulous statement by Viktor Frankl. Primary tool for self-help. Primary tool. Stimulus is what you receive from the world through your eyes, through your five sense organs, through your mind. You receive the stimulus, the inputs, the suggestions from the world. Now you receive it through your five sense organs, eyes, ears, nose, tongue, and skin, and the mind. You receive these inputs from the world, the stimuli from the world. That says between that and your response, there is a space. In that space lies your power to choose. And in that refined, ideal choice lies or leads to growth and freedom. Growth into the best version of yourself, freedom from the agitations, the suffering, the troubles which the world can cause to your life, or which your mind can cause to yourself. So the primary tool is between the input and your choice, between stimulus and response, there is the sacred space. In that sacred space lies your potential of self effort, your choice of action. And the right choice of action brings about growth into the best version of yourself, freedom from all the troubles and stress and strain of life. That's the primary tool. Your intellect, your value systems, your spiritual alignment. That's your primary tool. So never miss out on. That's why never miss out on it. Keep working on it constantly. Then it'll be a better way of living life. Then, number two, the primary tool, the golden rules of life. Never let go of these. People who help you, do not forget them. Those who help you, do not forget them. People who love you, do not hate them. Do not develop hatred towards them. And people who trust you, never cheat them. Primary tool, a mind tool. You know, all those people who help you, never forget a help you have received. People who show affection, kindness, and concern, never entertain negativity towards them. And people who trust you, do not break their trust by cheating them, by being unfaithful to them. If you are this self help tool you follow, you can reduce a lot of stress and strain in life. Another tool, which is a tough tool, tough nut to crack now. In prosperity, our friends know us. I repeat, in prosperity, our friends know us. In adversity, we know who our friends are. I repeat, in when you're prosperous, in prosperity, your friends know us. Your friends know you very well. When you go through tough times, difficult times, you know who your friends are. So the primary tool here is relationships with the right people are the key to peace and progress. I repeat, relationships with the right people are the keys to peace and progress. I mean, what a beautiful statement. Huh? In prosperity, your friends know you. In adversity, you know who your friends are. I wish all of us have enough and more friends. In tough times, in challenging times, they are with us. They support us. They lift us. And that's like the great relationships or relationships with the right people is the key to peace and prosperity. That's a beautiful self-help primary tool you should have. Next, a primary tool. Happy person is one who's not without sorrow or grief or pain. I repeat, happy people doesn't mean they don't experience any kind of a sorrow, agitation, stress, or strain. Happiness is a state of acceptance, of pain, of challenges, and not the lack of it. I repeat, happiness is a state of acceptance of troubles, pains, stress, and strain of life, and not the lack of it. So it's a powerful, mature acceptance that Stress and strain is a part of life. That setbacks, challenges are a part of life. It is, in simple terms, happiness is in spite of everything. You are not happy because of something. You're happy in spite of everything. What a life it is. A wise man once says, as we grow older, we define happiness less in terms of excitement and more in terms of peace and tranquility. I repeat, as we grow older, we define happiness, we define contentment less in terms of excitement, more in terms of peace and tranquility. That's aging gracefully. That is aging gracefully. So, none of our life is without stress and strain. Happiness or life, happy life doesn't mean you're devoid of it. You accept it as a part of life. You are matured enough to deal with it in the right ways. Next, a primary tool. Understand, friends, there's no shame in falling down. There is no shame in falling down. And there is also no pride in rising up. There is no shame in falling down, and there's no great pride in rising up. So the only person you need to compete with is the your own version of yourself this day backwards. I repeat, there's no shame in falling down. There is no pride in rising up. Therefore, the only person you need to compete with is your own version of yourself this day backwards. Which means what? You're just competing with others, but you're inspired by others. You compare with others only to get inspired, and you don't compete with others. You are inspired by others and you compete with yourself. Next, the primary tool. The most important freedom is the freedom from your own self judgment. I repeat, the freedom from self judgment is one of the most important freedom you need to have. You can't keep improving if you fear what others will think of you, and what others feel about you. So the important freedom is the freedom from your own self judgment. So that's why they say, no, you can change that. You have to approve and appreciate yourself for what you're doing. Next primary tool, when you change the way you think, you change the way you feel. I repeat, when you change the way you think, you change the way you feel. When you change the way you feel, you change the way you act. You change the way you function. When you change the way you think and feel, you change the way you make choices. When you change the way you make choices, when you improve on the choices, you change your life. This is the best self help tool I can suggest. Meaning what? Change the way you think and feel. You change the way you function, you act upon in this world. And when you change the way you act, which means you're changing the way you make choices. And when you change the way or improve the way you make choices, you improve the quality of your life. Therefore, if you want to improve the quality of life, what is a self-help tool? Start changing the quality of your thoughts and emotions. That will have an impact on your choices, and choices have impact on your actions, and actions well performed have an impact on the quality of life. I hope you get it, friends. I hope you get it. Primary tool. Knowledge has to be improved, challenged, and enhanced consistently. We have the Wednesday masterclass is a self-help tool we provide for one and all. It's online, and we'll also have a hybrid session. It will be online because a lot of people can attend from wherever they want. This knowledge which we share, it has to be improved upon by yourself. You got to challenge what you have taken in, and you got to work on yourself to enhance this knowledge, convert it into practical wisdom. This effort has to go on consistently. Otherwise, this information can vanish just like that. Just like that, it can vanish. So be cautious, friends. Be very cautious. That's why I said why we are providing self-help tools, because you need to work on yourself. We keep telling you can take a horse to a pond, but you can't make it drink. It is a, there's a saying like, God helps who help themselves. So this knowledge experience has to be improved. You got to challenge what you've taken. You got to keep working on yourself consistently so that you enhance this knowledge, this information into understanding, understanding into implementation, or inspiration, and inspiration into implementation, and implementation whereby you make it yourself. Otherwise, you just receiving it as a piece of information, it can vanish very soon, because anything subtler vanishes fast. So you've got to be careful. Now, what are the secondary tools for self-help? Secondary tools for self-help. Primary tools is most important. Secondary tools are also, supplements the primary tools. So if your primary tools are in place, you are focusing on it, your secondary tools will supplement it. Remember that when things, secondary tool, it is a insight. Remember that when things don't go according to your plan, understand it is going according to nature's plan, a larger plan which you may not understand. Why are things not going in my way? When things are not going your way, understand life is going according to nature's plan, a larger plan which we don't seem to understand. But have this, that's a secondary tool. It pacifies your mind, it calms your agitated thought process. Why things are not going your way? There's a cruel law. Many people don't like it when I say that. You get what you deserve, not what you desire. You may desire many things, but you will get what you deserve. Next, secondary tool, friends. The most powerful words in the universe are the words you say to yourself. I repeat, the most powerful words in the universe are the words you tell yourself. The most important agreements you make are the ones you make with yourself. I repeat, the most powerful words in the universe are the words you say to yourself. The most important agreements you make are the ones you make with yourself. Beautiful. Secondary tool. If you, this is a secondary tool, so that you're in alignment, you're with the flow. My guru used to say, do not ask how life is treating you. Do not ask how life is treating you, but ask persistently how you are treating life. Do not ask how life is treating you. There are people, how's life? Chalte hai, surviving, getting along. It's, life, right? It's tough. It is not that easy. Don't ask how life is treating you, but persistently ask how you're treating life. They say the beauty of life is as real as the ugliness of life. It all depends on which one you choose to see. The beauty of life is as as evident and real as the ugliness of life. It all depends on which one you choose to see, which one you choose to align. So, friends, how are you treating life? Secondary tool. It is how you treat your life that matters. Next, any thought or action that you repeat over and over will eventually become a new habit. I repeat, any thought or action that you repeat over and over will eventually become a new habit. Successful people are those who have successful habits, or the right habits, or progressive habits. Any thought and any idea, a thought or emotion which translates into action, you repeat time and again, it becomes a habit. Successful people are those who have the right habits, the successful habits. So that's what I want to suggest to you. Therefore, the secondary tool is have the right habits. Whatever is your habits which you think have to improve, which will eventually create a future for yourself, adopt those habits. It's very, very important. Interesting. So they say a secondary tool, just to motivate a person, just to inspire a person, is when 99% of people around you always doubt you. If 99% of people around you are doubting you, one of the two is possible then. You are either gravely wrong, or in the wrong path, or you're about to make history. I repeat, when 99% of people always doubt you, always they question you, you are you are either one of the two categories. Either either you are gravely wrong, or you are about to make monumental history. Either you are a history maker, or a bad example. So secondary tool is, I wish all of you are history makers. I mean, all of you are making history in profound ways, because not many align with your thought process. You'll always, I remember Dr. Christian Bernard, when he wanted to do an open heart surgery, everyone laughed about it. And in fact, he was not even given opportunities to train in certain hospitals. But once he did a successful open heart surgery, everyone wanted to employ him. So, because he made history, he created history. Watch out, friends, watch out. Then, a secondary tool, if you're unhappy with your progress, observe, think on these three aspects. If you're unhappy with your progress, if you feel you're stuck, observe these three aspects: your goal, the timeline you have given yourself, and the quality of choices. I repeat, if you're unhappy, if you think you're not progressing properly in life, observe the three aspects. Your goal, is it improving? Is it progressive? Your the timeline, if you are given, is it too wide or it is too short? Or the quality of choices you execute. These three aspects has to be looked into. If you're able to improve the choices, you have the a realistic goal, realistic time frame, and you have a progressive goal, you cannot be unhappy. You will be progressing in your life. The three aspects: realistic goal, reasonable time frame, and refined choices will help you to progress peacefully, will help you to progress in the right ways. And finally, a secondary tool: as long as you're alive and functioning, the chances of getting back on top and being amongst the greatest absolutely exist for you. I repeat, as long as you are alive and functioning, the possibilities of getting back to the top and being amongst the greatest of all does and will always exist for you. It is not that you missed the bus. They say Warren Buffett made his maximum wealth after he was 65. I'm not saying you have to wait till 65, but you you have never missed the bus. There is always room at the top. So as long as you're alive and functioning, it is. That's why you have a realistic goal, you have a reasonable time frame, and you have refined choices. You will be amongst the greatest. There is no doubt about it. So you don't have any doubts about it. That's what I'm trying to suggest to you. And finally, how self help leads to success, how self help tools leads to success. Friends, understand, success is not same as talent. The world is full of incredibly talented people who never succeed at anything. If all talented people put in that work and then improve on themselves with self-help tools, it will be a different world altogether. But that's not the case. The world is full of incredibly talented people who never succeed at anything. I'm not being sarcastic or I'm not being tough on certain people. I'm just saying because you know, a lazy genius or a consistently and progressively working individual with less talent, who wins eventually? A lazy genius wins, you know, once in a way. A consistent, progressive person, entrepreneur, sports athlete, sports person, or a musician, he will eventually sustain their victories because they are any day better than a lazy genius. The world is full of incredibly talented people who never succeed at anything. I wish, I wish the talent they portrayed at the age of 16, 17, they sustained till 67. Many in a year or so, it gets fizzled out, gets diluted, it literally evaporates. Successful people make a habit of doing the things that unsuccessful people don't like to do. I repeat, successful people make a habit of doing all the things which the unsuccessful people don't like to do. Self help tools they align with. Self help tools, they always need it. In fact, you may want to wake up early, but an alarm is a self help tool. A person who's keen on working out and he wants to improve on himself, you will find he or she, they may set an alarm, but 5 minutes before the alarm may ring, they wake up. They're a self starter. So successful people make a habit of doing what the unsuccessful people fear doing it or avoid doing it. And successful people start with a dominant talent, their swadharma, their innate interest, their predominant quality. Then add skills, knowledge, and practice. Skills, they improve on that skill. And then knowledge, they bring in more clarity to it, and they're consistently practicing their skill set. The raw talent serves as a multiplier effect. Just progresses. It's a tailwind. You'll find, the person what they were 5 years ago, and now it's completely enhanced, changed, and that's possible, friends. That's why the more you have struggled, the more inspiring your story will be, because it leads to sustained success. So, with self-help tools, you will never give up. You will never give up. The more you have struggled, the more glorious, the more inspiring your story will be, because that success is uh, is a very profound experience for the person, and it inspires many others. So, with self-help tools and spiritual alignment, you will gain that success, which is, you'll be able to function in your life. You'll be able to, spend your life in the way you want it, in your own profound ways. You will spend your, you will, you will live your life. You'll be a great example. You'll be a great example for one and all. So that's why I'm saying the self-help tools. You, the self-help means you have employed a process whereby you're working on yourself and improving on yourself without the dependence on external factors. You have taken the tools, which is, your factor is your self effort, your uncompromising, consistent effort on improving yourself. Your competition is what you were yesterday. You're inspired by others, but you compete with yourself, with your self yesterday. That's why but you use the tools given by your mentors, by your teachers, your guru, the scriptures, your life experiences. You use all these as tools to raise yourself. And let me tell you, self-help tools are absolutely necessary for all of us. Every one of us needs it, until you hit the state of perfection or self-realization, or what they call as moksha or nirvana. That's why I say the ultimate self-help tool is meditation, dhyana. So we all have different roles in life. We all are in different stages in life. You need that self-help tool for your evolution. You can't do you can't do without it. As I mentioned, why do we need it? Even the tough times you go through is designed to help you rise above it. The reason for unhappiness is not merely the situation. It is not that experience, it is your thoughts about that experience. We are not hurt so much by what happens in our life, but you are much more hurt by your own opinion of what has happened and others' judgment about it. Friends, failure is always a part of success. There are innumerable opportunities hidden in every failure. There are monumental possibilities in every setback. It is it is how you look at it. That's why I say no one is defeated until defeat is accepted as reality. You see it in all the Discovery and National Geographic. A lion tries to chase a deer, and I mean, 9 out of 10 the deer escapes. When the deer gives up on itself, that's when it really catches. So that's why now, live a few years of your life like nobody can, nobody will, so that you can live the rest of your life like nobody can. I repeat, live a few years of your life with absolute dedication to self-help, self-enrichment process. Live a few years of your life like nobody will. As a result, you can live the rest of your life like nobody can. That's why that's what I'm saying. So the primary, my favorite, the primary tool for self-help, between stimulus and response, there is a space. And in that space, lies our power to choose. And in that profound choice lies our growth and freedom. Profound statement, friends. All those people who help you, don't forget them. All those people who shower love, shower affection, kindness, don't develop negativity towards them. And all those people who trust you, who believe in you, don't betray them. It's a primary tool. You're in trouble. In prosperity, our friends know us. In adversity, we know who our friends are. Therefore, the primary tool is choose the right friends all the time. All the time, choose the right friends. Happiness doesn't mean it's an absence of sorrow or pain. Happiness is the a state where you accept pain, stress, suffering as a part of life, and you are not toppled by it. It is you understand it comes. It's the peaks and valleys. It ups and downs happen. You accept pain, suffering. So next, there is no shame in falling down. There is no pride also in rising up. Why I'm saying is the only person you compete with is your own version of yourself yesterday. When you change the way you think and feel, you change the way you make choices. When you change the way you make choices, you change the quality of life. Such an important, profound learning. If you can deal with it, you are better off. Many a time, friends, think when life is not going according to your plan, understand your life is going according to nature's plan. We get what we deserve, not what we desire. The most powerful words in this universe are the words you tell yourself. The most important agreements in this world is the one you make with yourself. That's why they say you make yourself, you mar yourself. You are the architect of your fortune, you are the architect of your misfortune. Understand, we create our habits, and our habits dictate our life. So, successful, you want to be successful, you got to design successful habits. When 99% of people doubt you, mock at you, you're one of the two qualities, two characters. Either you're gravely wrong or you are on the path to making monumental history. If you are unhappy with your own progress, work on these three key aspects. Is it a realistic goal? Have I given sufficient time frame? And am I having refined choices? Give yourself, give yourself this analysis, and as a result, there will be better clarity. So these are all secondary tools, friends. It is as long as we are alive and functioning, there's always a possibility of getting back to the greatest, getting to the top, getting to the where you want to belong. That possibility always exists in our life. That's my assurance to you. So, self-help tools. All that I'm saying is have mentors, have gurus, have books. It is teachers, all that avenues, life experiences. Have all these sources as self-help, and then and then you're able to utilize these tools in improving yourself. You're using these tools, but you are not dependent on any of those sources. You work on yourself, and then you're able to raise yourself. And once you keep consistently doing it, you will see there's a profound impact which it happens in your life. And the best thing is to grow in your own eyes, or the worst thing is to fall in your own eyes. There is nothing more joyful than growing in your own eyes. And these self-help tools helps you to function that way. That's what I'm saying. We can't do away with it until we reach a state of self-realization. Meditation is the ultimate self-help tool. It will help you to reach the self, the your essential nature. Therefore, all these tools, all these are essential. You can't do away with it. If you think you can do away, it works against you. So think about it. It's a wonderful avenue to connect with all of you in different parts of the world, different time zones. But one common quality, to improve our quality of life, to become a better version of myself, to utilize the self help tools which will make me do the right choices and live a life which is beautiful and glorious. So that's my wish to one and all. We're all evolving consciousness. We are not animals or plants. It is, they all have a set pattern of life. No plant is suffering because of a lack of sunlight, it just perishes. No peacock is worried that when it dances in the rain, nobody is watching it. It is, they have a set pattern of life. They live their life according to that pattern, and their life ends in that pattern. But as human beings, you can be the most gracious, benevolent person, or you could be the most vicious, uh, terrible person. Either you're a great example or a terrible warning. As human beings, that is a possibility for us. So let's work on ourselves. Let's improve ourselves. Let us use these self help tools in such ways that we are a great example. We are an inspiration to one and all. It's not that you have to be an inspiration, but the way you lived your life, you will be an inspiration to one and all. Imagine we have a society which lives that way. What a beautiful society it will be. There'll be peace, there'll be progress, there'll be contentment. And that's a society which we all need. We don't need a society where there is too much unhealthy competition, jealousy, anger, frustration, unhappiness. Can you imagine what a society that will be? It'll be a dangerous one. That's not. We are designed to live happily, peacefully. So think about it. And if you can work on yourself, use your intellect, uh, discipline your mind, improve your physical well-being, work on your mental fitness, align with the spiritual values, be consistent in your self evolution. I tell you, happiness is an absolute possibility. In fact, uninterrupted happiness will slide into your life effortlessly. What a life it is. And what are we doing about it? It's time. It is our time to work on ourselves. There's a saying, right? God helps who help themselves. You are the architect of your fortune. You are the architect of your misfortune. As you think, so you become. As you sow, so you reap. Heaven and hell are a state of mind. Your mind in its own place can make a hell out of a heaven or a heaven out of a hell. It's all in your mind. You need these self help tools, friends. Bereft of these tools, we are in stress and strain. And you use these tools, it's like fine tuning your mind, improving your intellect. And now you're focused, and nothing can topple you in your process of self evolution. So, thank you all very much for your time, for your energy, for your patience, for your efforts. I'll see you very soon with another self evolutionary topic. Namaskar. Hari Om.